Did you know there is a part of Prague 5 where you can wake up to birds instead of trams? Have a park literally behind your building and still get to the city center in 15 minutes. Welcome to Košíře. Most expats have never heard of it and only few can pronounce it properly. But once you see it, you get it. And today we're checking out a fully renovated 4+1 flat that sold in October 2025 for 11.85 million Czech crowns. It's in this small 3-story building right behind me, and if you look up this address on Google Maps, it's as green as it gets. Literally. But now we're in winter, so a little bit white, but you know what I mean. I have a friend who used to live just around the corner. We would meet up here to go for walks nearby in Cibulka, Vidoule, or around the Motolský potok. Košíře is one of those neighborhoods where you forget that you're still in Prague. But is this flat in Košíře worth 11.85 million Czech crowns or not? Well, let's dive into it. By the way, I'm not selling this flat. This flat has already been sold by other agency, and in this video we are showcasing random interesting flats we found online that could serve as a reference for living in this area, if you wish. Alright, let's now talk about the flat itself. It's a 4+1 apartment, 88 square meters, which means the rooms are relatively small. It's on the 3rd floor, 4th level. It was sold in October 2025 for 11.85 million Czech crowns, which is about 134,000 per square meter. For a fully renovated flat in Prague 5 with a balcony, that's actually pretty reasonable. And the building itself, it's not your typical panelák. It's not panelák at all. It's a brick building. And actually, we spoke with one of the older gentlemen living in the building who said everything about the building there can be, and especially that it was built for the doctors who lived here back in the 80s. And it's connected by a secret tunnel all the way to the Homolka hospital, or to Motol. This is a small 4-story residential house, which for the era must have been the best building around, which matches. It was built for the doctors in a hospital. You've got flowers at the entrance in summer, not in winter. It has a pretty nice staircase, and there are all little amenities, which I'll tell a little bit later. Now there's no elevator yet, but apparently a building permit has been issued, so it can be built later if needed. Right now there are 3 floors of stairs, which you need to climb. Well, if that's a deal breaker for you, I get it. But besides of that, I think it's a generally nice building. For financing of 80%, you're looking at monthly repayment of 47,000 Czech crowns. The building was renovated, but it's still an older structure. Plastic windows, decent isolation, but it's not your passive house standards. You're not going to freeze in winter or melt in summer, but don't expect ultra-low energy bills either. Now let's talk about what's inside. Custom-built wooden wall with lighting and shelves. Glass mandala door to the kitchen, that's very boho. Separate kitchen with modern appliances, kinda designer bathroom with larger tiles, bathtub, touch sensor mirror with also vinyl floors, double glazed windows and modern lighting all around the flat. And the best part, well, storage. Built-in wardrobes plus a storage room that replaces a cellar and a 6 square meter loggia on top of the 88 square meters facing the courtyard. That's not a basic flat. This is well-designed flat for doctors, so to say, where whole of your family can live peacefully. Parking in this area is not a problem at all. As you see, there is plenty of spaces around, and if you're lucky, you might be able to get yourself one of those old-school garages. On top of it, in the building, there is a bike room or pram room, something which was common for the time when this building was built, where you can put trolley or pram for your kids. Now the transport. You're 2 minutes walk from the Plzeňská tram stop, which will get you to Anděl in about 10 minutes. And from there, you can connect to Metro Line B or continue into the city center. There's also a train station, Praha Cibulka, about 5 to 10 minutes walk, and it's a special scene railway route, which will take you through really beautiful parts of Prague into Smíchovské nádraží. It's actually kind of a nice ride, and if you need, buses are also here, which will get you to wherever you want to be. To get to the city center, count about 15 to 20 minutes by tram and metro. So yes, you're a bit out of the way, but you're not isolated. And the trade-off is space, quiet and green, so that's cool. The main downside is the Plzeňská street. It's a busy main road where noise levels on this side is about 60 to 65 decibels, which is a moderate traffic noise. But the good news is the backside of the building is much less noisy, 55 to 60 decibels. And if your windows faces that side, it's kind of win. But if your windows facing this side, better keep them closed. Now let's talk about where you actually are. Košíře is one of the greenest parts of Prague 5. I know it doesn't look like, but it is. It's historically a vineyard area, and there used to be vineyards all around this place where you can still find some of the old vinice, terraces and historical estates that if you walk around. But what matters today is that you're surrounded by parks. Park Cibulka is 5 minutes from the place. There are trails, ponds, Rozhledna, which is a lookout tower, and a romantic Leso Park, which this is what it is. The only downside, it's a little bit hilly, so for running, good luck with that. There is also a kids playground and Cafe Cibulka, which opened recently in a renovated gardener's house, part of a bigger estate. Great spot for brunch or coffee, I think the best place all around here. Then you've got Vidole and Stolová Hora, a table mountain with a panoramic view of Prague. You can hike, run, or just sit and look over the city, and it's about 10 minutes walk. And then there is Motolské údolí, a green corridor along Motolský potok that's currently being revitalized. The city is turning it into a sports and recreation park. It's not finished yet, but when it is, you will have even more green space right here. And there's a bonus. The new swimming pool is open in 2026, literally on Zahraničkova Street, on the same street of the flat. It's called Koupaliště Motol, with cafes, wellness, saunas. So yeah, your neighborhood amenities are about to get even better. So what you can actually do in Košíře? For grocery stores, you've got Albert and Billa, 2 tram stops down on Plzeňská. You won't have to travel far for the basics. Otherwise, there are a few Vietnamese stores and Robin oil as a pump or a petrol station if you really need to. Otherwise, restaurants and cafes. This is Cafe Cibulka. It's in, surprise, Cibulka Park. It's a very good one where it's built in the gardener's old house. It's a part of bigger estate which they're renovating at the moment. They do brunch, wine, fresh bread and cakes. Plus there is a kids playground right behind the cameraman, and it's very family friendly. What else? Well, let's just say this is not Vinohrady. You can't find coffees and great food on every place, so you need to travel a little bit more down to Kavalírka, where there is a Filema Greek cuisine. It's a stylish, authentic Greek restaurant. And if you want a good bread, there is a Bread Society, a French bakery. So yeah, there are things, but you need to travel a bit, because otherwise your only choice is a few Vietnamese spots down there or a Robin oil pump or a petrol station where you can buy few things. For green spaces, I already mentioned that Park Cibulka and Vidole is here, and if you're into things like this, check Malostranský hřbitov, which is a peaceful historic cemetery on the edge of Košíře, closer to the city center. Let's talk safety. Košíře is one of those quiet residential neighborhoods where you see retired couples walking dogs, mums with strollers and kids biking to school. I think during this shooting I saw at least 5 to 7 elder people walking their dogs. It's very nice. It just feels safe here. The crime stats back that up because there's basically no violent crime, no murders, and only few accidents, which is car break-ins, but that's anywhere in Prague. I wouldn't think twice about going here at night or letting kids play outside, but maybe a little bit further from the main Plzeňská Street. All right, let's talk numbers, my favorite part. If you're thinking about renting this out, fully renovated, 4+1, 88 square meters, quiet green area, you're looking at somewhere between 30 to 35,000 a month. Let's say 30 to be safe. Over a year, that's 360,000. You paid 11.85 million, and that's your gross ROI of around 3%. Spectacular? No, but it's stable. And honestly, this is the whole point. You don't buy this property to flip it in 2 years. You buy it because you want to live here for the next decade, or because you want a tenant who will stay here long term, take care of the place and not trash it every 6 months. So who's the ideal buyer? Families who want space, parks and quiet streets. Expats who would rather wake up to the sound of birds than trams. People who are looking for home, not a quick profit. And long-term, property values here are going up, same as in whole Prague. The new swimming pool, the Motolské údolí revitalization, the Vidole upgrades, it all adds value. Not overnight, but steadily. This is the kind of growth you can actually rely on. So here is the deal. If you want to live surrounded by cafes and bars, Košíře is not for you, or at least not this part of Košíře. Košíře. But if you want a real home where your kids can run outside, where you can breathe fresh air, go for a walk here in Cibulka, then you're in the right spot. You are very well connected to the city, yet not right in it. Would I live here? Well, if I had a family, absolutely. This flat isn't perfect. It's on the 3rd floor. The price isn't like the most affordable, but it is a 4+1. It's a very decent option for the money you're paying. It's a reasonably designed in a quiet neighborhood surrounded by parks. Did I mention it's green here? And they're ready to live in. If that sounds like what you're looking for, then Košíře might be the hidden gem for you. So what do you think? Would you trade the city bus for this area where there are parks everywhere? It's peaceful and calm? Well, let me know in the comments, because if you want more honest real estate advice about the areas and the prices with no filter and fluff, well, subscribe and hit the bell because you're in the right place. My name is Robin, I'm founder of Expats Finance, and since 2014 we've been helping foreigners to buy, sell and finance properties in the Czech Republic with clarity, transparency and confidence at every step. Thanks for watching and see you in the next flat check.